Is America a theocracy? I mean, I remember Frank Zappa many years ago said that he thought America was becoming like a
Yeah, yeah.
theocracy. But is that
Is it
actually
a
now?
yeah? I think right now, I think for a while, it has become an intending theocracy on the part of again the evangelical Christian right, and they just keep pushing it, and they've been able to push it into our legal system. So
Mm.
the deep irony of that is that the Mormons, the Latter Day Saints, got pushed from New York to Missouri to Indiana and finally on out into Utah, which is absolutely beautiful country. But boy, is it a desert. I mean, we we this country just isolated those people because they were uh, they favored a theocratic structure to their political governance. But now all of that's got stood on its head, hasn't it? And you've you've got what we've got.
That's a big question, Ted. But why has this happened? Because America has given us so much by way of technology and science, research. I mean, well, probably one of the leading nations in terms of industrial progress and so on. So why is this? Why that contrast of quite medieval sounding theocratic, influence? Why is that there? I don't understand.
I wish I knew. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I sometimes say to myself in despair, I really was in an ivory tower.
Yeah.
uh, I I wish I knew, but
Mm.
uh, or even I wish I had a theory
Mm. I,
other than to say if you commodify human beings, where else can you go?
mm, right.
And we've been busy at work commodifying human beings.
Mm. Then it seems that in the same people are commodifying human beings and then claiming that the scriptures are the answer. So they, on the one hand, they're talking about Christian ethics and charity and giving, and then sticking us in a, cornering us with other stuff. I don't know. It's just,
But you're dealing with people who say there is but one book and there is but one way to read that book.
mm,
Uh, uh,
that's a problem.
they they are so far from Martin Luther, who said, "Here I stand." He understood that he had a reading of the book,
Mm,
but that uh, uh, but there was nothing in Luther that said you have to read the book in the same way I
mm,
do. And as a matter of fact, there was in the tradition of Paul to Luther and onward, um, there was a tradition that each person uh, be his or her own witness before the divine.
mm,
Um, there again, the forces of conformity, it seems to me, the forces against thinking for oneself have become so strong. I
mm,
have a cousin who is a white evangelical right wing conservative, and he when he writes to me, the only thing he's interested in doing is evangelizing me in getting me to read that book in the way he wants it read, in the way he reads it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
It can be frustrating, can't it, when you encounter friends and family that you love or respect, but then it becomes it seems to have got worse as well. I mean, it's only in my experience in the last 20 years. People seem to have got more entrenched in their dogmatism somehow, and the debates got more polarized, and it feels as though you've got to wear the shoes and walk the talk of a particular ideology, irrespective of logic, wisdom. You've just got to sing that song, and that I find that deeply troubling. I really do. But
well, yeah.
I mean,
Otherwise, be silent.
yeah, 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 that's right. If you, and I mean, I wonder whether we were talking about these theocratic evangelists and so on. I wonder how many of them really believe sometimes. Are they just using it as a badge of honor to attain status, social status, or do they really believe? Do they really believe they're going to hell if they?
I, I, I actually, unfortunately, I think they do.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I sometimes look at Trump and his cronies, and I think, are they really Christian? I mean, I remember Tony.
Oh no. Well, no,
I mean,
no,
but
no.
like take there was the Iraq War when they said there were weapons of mass destruction. They didn't find anything. Our guy Tony Blair, he was on a TV interview, BBC News, and one of the interviewers said, "So you're a Christian, aren't you?" And they said, do you ever pray with who was the American? It was Bush at the time. They said, "Do you pray with President Bush?" And he just kind of laughed it off. But it was actually a good question because they were declaring they were Christians. It was part of the narrative against the Middle East and so on. And
Exactly.
I just wonder sometimes how many of these guys really are. I don't think they're some of them. I mean,
Well, they have to figure a way, don't they, of to appeal to a mass audience in order to be able
yeah.
to develop